They were forging informed consent forms. The person that was our blinded vaccinator had no clinical experience, only cashier experience. The company was just overwhelmed with patients. We needed 3 times the number of coordinators to manage the number of patients that we enrolled recklessly. I was a director of a very similar company to Ventavia Research Group, which is where I eventually ended up in September of 2020 and working on Pfizer's study. I mean, it was from the very first day that I recognized that there were problems. The employees that I were overseeing just had no regard for the process, which informed consent is. It was being overlooked. When I recognized these things and would bring them to the attention of the coordinators, I would come back and the informed consent form would magically be signed. And I knew that there was no way that the patient would have had time to come back in and sign. So they were forging informed consent forms.
But what's the impetus, in terms of not informing somebody of the risks of a particular technology? This was a very, very new technology.
Several things. What I recognized as a lack of experience in these people that were hired at Ventavia.
You said something a little frightening to me. Somebody that has cashier waitress experience, all of a sudden jumping into a clinical trial environment, that doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence.
Certainly not. She was the secretary and the person that would check in patients. And in between those duties, when there was a patient to inject, she would run back there and do that. There was certainly a lot of sloppiness at Ventavia, but many things that could have, and I believe did, affect the data that was submitted and was used in support of their authorization.